Welcome back, Geordies. It's Adam from Two for Joy here to bring you my match analysis for the Newcastle versus Wolves ball draw. And to be quite honest, this video is almost a pointless waste of time because if that game was anything to behold for the Premier League, that is probably one of the worst games of football I've seen all season. Absolutely shocking from both sides. And I'll be quite honest, Wolves didn't look great today, but probably a better upturn of form than they normally have had so far this season. But Newcastle were dreadful, to be honest. Like the thumbnail says, we lack an attack. We lack the ability to unlock teams that want to sit in with a low block. And we've seen this all too many times this season. And you can see the frustration on Eddie Howe's face. I mean, you can see the frustration from the entire bench, to be honest. Not only that, the team, players out there look frustrated. But I'll be honest, there's only two players I'm going to give credit to today. Lewis Hall, who I thought was fantastic today, did everything he possibly could. And as far as the midfield goes, Bruno, I have to give credit to Bruno. He was the only player that looked to press forward and give a bit extra and try and make something happen. But when we're going 70 minutes without a shot on target, I mean, realistically, I think it was something like a quarter of the Premier League goals last season were from deflections. And we can't even have a deflected goal. We can't even get a shot on target for 70 minutes. The statistics show, I think we had 65% possession. It's all well and good. Passing it backwards and forwards, retaining possession, recycling over and over. But if you haven't got somebody in there who's going to unlock those defences, and I have to say that the one issue I think I have with our tactics is this flat midfield three. So playing Joel Linton, Bruno and Sandro, and whoever goes forward, one of them will sit. And predominantly that was Sandro today, but he was caught out of position several times, and when we pressed forward, he was out of position. And I just don't like this setup in the midfield where there's too much rotation. I feel that basically there should be one holding midfielder who sits and two guys that press. And Joel Linton and Bruno are made to do that press. Joel Linton's got the legs to be able to go forward, close people down. He's a tackler. He's got the dominance. And Bruno has the ability to unlock those defences, but it's no good when he's sat as a six. Now, to be quite honest, there are parts of this where I think Nick Voltemade today, he went missing a little bit. A couple of chances. He probably should have done better with the header earlier on. But when Wissa came on and you expect somebody to empty a tank in 20-25 minutes, he looked like a waste of time. He genuinely looked like he had nothing in his locker after 10 minutes and that he was devoid of any sort of ability, strength or stamina to see this game out. And I'll touch lightly on it. I actually thought Anthony Elanga didn't have too bad of a cameo when he came on. I thought he was one of the only players that actually pressed when we needed to. But you can see playing Harvey Barnes a full 90 after a full 90 after a 120. We are just running players into the ground. There is definitely a bit of fatigue going on in this team. But we're devoid of the capability of making the opportunities to score. And when you see players like Lewis Hall trying to have a pop at goal from 25 yards, you can tell with the amount of crosses that were put in the box today, and decent crosses, I'll say. No Anthony Gordon on the end of the back stick. No Harvey Barnes on the end of the back stick. No Voltemade. All Wissa attacking the key areas. And this is like basic fundamentals of football. If you don't shoot, you don't score. So realistically, we need to address this. It's terrible football to watch. And obviously we're not going to pick up points along the way. But otherwise, there's not really a lot to talk about. And I'll be honest, probably a better display from Wolves than it was from Newcastle. But once again, this is the same form we've seen all season away from home. And I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on the fact that we've got 9 points out of a possible 12 in the last 4 games. But realistically, we're playing Wolverhampton, who are bottom of the league. You've got to go on the road and get points in games like this. Otherwise, we're going to get tumbled by teams like Liverpool, Man City, the games we've got coming up. Realistically, we need to find some form, and I do feel that it's not coming from either Nick Voltemade or Johan Wissa. And at the moment, as silly as it sounds, I'd kind of wish to see fucking Will Asula be back fit and give him a chance in the starting lineup, because we're getting no productivity out of the other two. But let me down in the comments what you think. Let me know if you think it's just fatigue or whether it's a bigger issue. And hopefully we'll have some news in the transfer window soon enough as to some potential signings and move on from there. But otherwise, Geordies, safe to say, a ball draw, on to the next one. We can only hope for a better performance next time out. How are the lads? And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.